The door opened, and my childhood friend, Scott, along with his wife, Sarah, entered with big smiles on their faces. I looked at the happy couple and sincerely blessed Scott, who had always been there to support me. My name is Ethan, 28 years old. Today, I'm attending the wedding of Scott, a close friend I've known since we were kids. I've had a limp ever since I was diagnosed with Perthes disease as a child. Perthes disease is a condition where a part of the hip bone dies off, and I was diagnosed when I was 12. I grew up in a rural area in the mountains, similar to the Appalachian region, so it was hard to find good doctors. But Scott was always there for me, caring and being by my side. The bride, Sarah, seems calm and is such a pleasant lady. Congrats, Scott and Sarah. I clapped joyfully for them multiple times. Given that Sarah is a hairstylist, many of her friends from the bride's side looked glamorous and stylish. There were even some famous models, regulars in magazines. Even the groom's buddies seemed quite excited about that. I was focused on Scott's wedding, but some even left their seats to ask those models for photos. Come on, what are you doing? This isn't a mixer party. Focus on Scott and Sarah. Though I was irritated, I didn't have the courage to reprimand them. Because when I get up limping, people usually give me a strange look to my limp. I've gotten used to it, but it's still not a good feeling. The most challenging thing since I was diagnosed with Perthes disease was obstructing others because of my slow walking pace. Being stared at or getting annoyed looks from strangers is an everyday occurrence. Some were rude, getting mad at me for no reason, causing endless troubles. So, being in a crowd, like today, is where I'm most nervous and is something I really dislike. But for Scott, my dear friend, I traveled using unfamiliar trains to be here. So, I was extremely careful not to get in the way of those taking photos and making a fuss. The ceremony ended without a hitch under the clear blue sky. Scott and Sarah, with big smiles on their faces, were showered with colorful flower petals. The flower shower had begun. I was on the church stairs, holding petals, saying congratulations to them with all my heart. The flower shower ended peacefully, but when I was about to go down the stairs, I expected it, but something unfortunate happened. Someone shouted from behind, "Hurry up, you're too slow." As expected, an impatient woman's voice echoed. To be honest, stairs are the most challenging thing for me with my limp. I can't go down quickly, but I try my best not to inconvenience everyone. I felt like I was a burden again. My euphoria from celebrating Scott just moments ago vanished instantly. When things like this happen, apologizing is the only option. I've learned this the hard way in my life. I quickly moved to the side of the stairs, holding the railing, saying, "I'm so sorry, please, go ahead." I gestured them to pass by. I thought that was that. But then, that comment was very rude. An elegant middle-aged woman, dressed sharply in what looked like a formal outfit, held my shaky hand. "Take your time and be careful," she said, accompanying me down the stairs. I somehow managed to get to the bottom floor and said, "Thank you so much, you truly saved me." Hearing this, the woman slowly shook her head. Then, she lowered her head to me and said, "I should be the one apologizing. The person who made that comment earlier was likely one of our employees. I'm terribly sorry." To my surprise, she apologized. As I stood there in shock, the woman took out a business card from her bag and handed it to me. The card read, "Kathleen Smith, Salon Marie, owner." It turned out that the woman in the dress, Kathleen, was the owner of the hair salon and the aunt of Scott. The woman who had complained earlier appeared to be an employee at Kathleen's salon. To be honest, I wasn't too bothered by her earlier comments. Because I've been through similar experiences countless times, and I've always thought that if I let them hurt me, I'd be losing. So I candidly said, "Please don't worry about what happened earlier. It's true I was slow, and such incidents are common for me. More than that, thank you for your concern." I opened up about my feelings and prepared to leave. Kathleen then sincerely said, "You are truly a humble and wonderful person. I wish my employees could learn from you." Her words somehow comforted me. After the wedding ceremony, inside the church, I was rushing to the reception venue. Suddenly from behind, I heard, "I'm really sorry about earlier. Are you all right?" I quickly turned around, and there was a woman holding a business card. Yes, it was the same woman who had shouted at me earlier. She looked to be in her early 20s, younger than me, with a bold makeup, giving a vibe of a typical young lady these days. Though I was taken aback, I reassured her with a smile. She probably got scolded by Kathleen and was trying to make amends. I neither had any anger towards her or any particular interest. After accepting her apology, just when I was about to leave the scene, "Wait, to make it up to you, would you let me give you a free haircut next time?" she said, still looking apologetic, and forcefully handed me her business card. Caught off guard by her sudden offer, I kept my composure and with a smile said, "Thank you for your kindness," and took the card before parting ways with her. Throughout my life, I've been hurt and pitied for my disability countless times. So, I honestly didn't feel like looking at her card, assuming her offer was just a lip service. After attending Scott and Sarah's reception, I put her card in my suit's inner pocket and even forgot about our agreement. However, sometime after Scott's wedding, I got a call. "Hey, Ethan, it's me. Thanks for coming to our wedding." It was Scott himself. "Hey Scott, back from your honeymoon. It was such a wonderful wedding." I congratulated Scott once more. Scott mentioned how he and Sarah went to Hawaii and enjoyed scuba diving, and his voice sounded lively. Then, out of the blue, he said, "Actually, the reason I called today is, someone here wants to talk to you." Hang on. The voice changed to a woman's. It's Maria Smith, the one who gave you a card at the wedding. Why haven't you visited the salon? Are you still mad at me?" Caught off guard by her rapid-fire questions, I was perplexed. Who is this? The wedding, the card, the salon. After a few moments, I remembered. I hurriedly searched for her card in my suit's pocket and found it. The card read, "Hairstylist, Maria Smith." I honestly explained the situation to Maria. "It's okay. I'm not mad at all. I just forgot about our appointment. I'm so sorry." Hearing my apology, Maria sounded genuinely relieved. "Got it. Just let me know when you're available. I promise to give you the best haircut as an apology." I was puzzled by her insistence, but I thought, why not, and made an appointment for a haircut. The day of my appointment with Maria. After finishing work, I went to the hair salon where she works. It's already past 8 p.m. Since it's after business hours, only Maria was left in the salon. From what I gathered, Maria seems to be an apprentice hairstylist. While she was cutting my hair, she told me that she practices cutting and curling hair late every day, aiming to win the next hairdressing competition. But then, she paused and said, "My boss favors others and lets them participate in the contests. That's why I never get a chance. I'm still just an assistant, stuck washing hair." I began to resent the other staff members, and I couldn't enjoy my job as a hairstylist. Maria's story was candid and touching. Then she continued. "At Scott's wedding, I got scolded big time by my boss. She said that narrow-minded people, those who can't be happy for others, can't win in contests, no matter how skilled they are, that they're failures both as hairstylists and as human beings." It really got me down. Then Maria revealed a surprising fact. At that wedding, I was heartbroken. Turns out, Scott is my cousin, the older brother I've always looked up to, but he got taken by Sarah, the top hairstylist in our store. I'm totally outmatched by Sarah, both professionally and personally. That's why I was so frustrated and treated Ethan so badly at the happy event. I'm truly sorry. I couldn't help but ask something that was on my mind. "So, are you by any chance Kathleen's daughter?" When I asked that, Maria looked embarrassed and nodded. After listening to her whole story, I couldn't help but laugh. "So, that's what's been bothering you." "I feel the same way, exactly the same." Maria looked puzzled, but I kept talking. "I used to feel the same way. I'd look at able-bodied people and wonder, why isn't happiness coming my way? Why does my life have so many challenges?" But no matter how much I worried, nothing changed. So I realized I had to change. I had to fully accept my situation. Thinking back, I used to get frustrated and take it out on my family. But once I took the first step, I met Scott, a truly kind-hearted best friend. I realized that while I might not be athletic, I was good at studying. After a lot of hard work, I managed to get into a prestigious college's science department. Now, I'm doing pretty well in a big company. I've learned to avoid people who find me annoying and to genuinely appreciate those like Kathleen who helped me. When I shared this with Maria, she was crying. "You're absolutely right. I've been too focused on my insecurities. I'll try to live more honestly and sincerely." Your words really resonated with me. Thank you. Every time she cried, her thick foundation and heavy mascara ran. Upon closer look, her skin was very clear, and she looked much cuter without makeup. You don't have to be perfect like Kathleen or Sarah. You have your own unique qualities. Keep it up. While I was encouraging Maria, I was also cheering myself on. I need to work hard and learn from her. 1 year after Scott's wedding, I visit the salon Marie once a month to get my hair cut. Of course, my personal hairstylist is Maria. Actually, she has become a valuable partner in both my personal and professional life. As I started to date her and listen to her work challenges, I was drawn to her sincerity and hard-working nature. After we got together, Maria let go of her unnecessary insecurities and started focusing more on her job as a hairstylist. Kathleen even thanked me, saying Maria had become a considerate and good hairstylist. And now, I wholeheartedly support her as she works hard for the next competition. I hope that in the near future, Maria will become the #1 hairstylist.